But I want to point out one thing, by the way, on this fast track business, Congress authorizing the president to negotiate treaties. First of all, as you know, Congress has to regulate Congress. Congress. That means both the House and the Senate. That's why both the House and the Senate vote on these trade agreements. They are treated as treaties. They are, the practice is to implement them as treaties, but they don't call them treaties because the House votes on them. But at any rate, there's a reason for that, and I won't get into it. But just to point out something out on this fast track, so you get to understand it. The President of the United States is already in charge of the negotiations on these treaties. It's illegal. Without fast track authority, it's illegal. And yet that's what they're doing, and they will stamp their approval on it afterward. It's the old thing that you run into in business once in a while, that it's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. And that's the way Obama operates. It's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. So he operates outside of the Constitution. Now, I'm going to try and produce a paradigm shift for you today. All of you are familiar with the various things that we had as kids, showing a forest or a jungle, and it says, now find the lion and the tiger and the bear, and you can't find it, and you look around, and finally you see, well, that kind of looks like an eye, and yeah, that's a nose, and yeah, that's an ear, and suddenly the head becomes obvious, and gee whiz, before you know it, you see the whole giraffe. But it takes that change in your mind, you see, because your eyes are telling you, I'm seeing a jungle. So your mind has to say, wait a minute, I know that there's something in there, I've got to find it, and lo and behold, you find it. And then you find another and another and another, and every time you go back, you see them right away. Well, these things show up in a lot of things. Here's out of a Disney comic book, and they want you to find the notorious outlaws who've disappeared. Well, if you turn it upside down, there they are. See that one here and here and here in the foliage. You know, just a nice little thing for kids. So what I'm trying to do is to get you to see that sometimes you don't really notice what's going on. It might be right in front of your eyes, but you don't see it. Here's some examples, for instance, of how